She's an unapologetic critic of liberals, but who does she categorize as a liberal? Joining me now, conservative commentator and author Ann Coulter. Ann, good to have you here.
Thank you.
I want to look at a quote. This is from an article. You knew I was going to do this.
This was not our topic, Governor.
Well, it will be. We'll get to it. But I want to show you the quote because this is something you recently wrote, and this is from, let's see, here it comes. It says, all liberals are atheists. Only the ones who have to stand for election even bother pretending to believe in God. There's only one true Christian liberal in the country, and that's Mike Huckabee.
I should have known you'd bring this up, but
you
I
write
was not
this
prepared
stuff.
for this. I did say it, and I will defend it. It was not meant as an insult to you. It was meant as an insult to all of the alleged Christian advisors of President Obama's, the Jim Wallace types, because I was thinking, I mean, they are such fake, phony frauds. You cannot be a liberal and a Christian, and those in particular, for example, their idea of charity, they claim, no, liberals, we're the true Christians because we want to raise your taxes and give it to the poor. This is totally the Pharisees out of the Bible. They are not spending their own money on charity. What they want to do is go around bragging about how they will redistribute income from one group to another. Moreover, any alleged Christian who has the ear of President Obama, the most pro-abortion president, even more than Bill Clinton, and does not spend every second of that meeting talking about the 40 million babies who have been killed, do not tell me you're a Christian. So I started thinking, well, what if you were a genuine Christian, but you had some crazy liberal views on things that are not directly Christian? What would that look like? And I thought of you, Governor,
and
because you are a fine fellow, but you do, and you are a good Christian.
I was against
but you do have some crazy liberal views.
Such as?
Well, I did not prepare for this, but I remember when you were running for president, I'm much more critical of people who are running for president. That's a big job. You were very soft on illegal immigration. And
I didn't believe, and I still don't believe in amnesty for illegal immigrants. I don't know how that's soft. I was endorsed by the founder. Listen, I was endorsed by the founder of the Minuteman. That's about as conservative.
I never like appeals to authority. The point is, unless there's one authority I'll take an appeal to. You compared illegal immigration to slavery, and speaking as an African-American, I am very offended by that. Okay, I'm not really an African-American, but I am offended. Look, everybody wants to be black in this country, a point that I made in great detail in my last book, Guilty. Everybody wants to claim the mantlehood of victimhood unless you were brought here as slaves on slave ships in chains, then discriminated against legally for 100 years in this country. I'm sorry, you're not black. Do not compare illegal immigrants running across the border.
That doesn't answer, though, how I'm a liberal.
I think it does, comparing illegal immigration to slavery.
My primary thing on illegals was that you don't punish the children of an illegal because their parents did something when the kid was 3 or 4 years old.
Okay, this is exactly what I mean. This is a liberal Christian. I'm sure that is what liberals said to us 30 years ago in saying we have to start subsidizing illegitimacy. Oh, this poor woman, she had a child out of wedlock. Why do we want to punish the child? She had a child out of wedlock. And then what happens? We're subsidizing illegitimacy. Suddenly, the illegitimacy rate in the black community in this country is 70%. Only the second worst thing ever done to blacks by America, and that was done by liberals.
And nobody has been more of a proponent for traditional marriage and for stable marriage than me. Nobody has been more adamant about the fact that government shouldn't be spending money that isn't theirs. And I was against the TARP bill, and a lot of the Republicans were, wringing their hands and saying they were for it. I said that was wrong. That's not a responsibility of government. I was against stimulus. I was against Obamacare.
You have many excellent positions. This is why you're a Christian liberal. But look, the not punishing the children of illegal aliens makes the point beautifully because, yes, your heart is in the right place. You're a Christian, but you don't see that if you subsidize something, you get more of it. We've been subsidizing illegitimacy for 30 years, and it's gone through the roof.
I get it
if you subsidize illegal immigration, it'll go through the roof. So your Christian heart says don't punish the child, but economically, that means we're going to get a lot more of them.
You're wrong. Let me explain why. My economic heart tells me that if you have a kid who's a valedictorian, like a kid in my state was, and his parents were illegal, and he's the valedictorian, would it be better for him to go to college, become a medical doctor, and pay taxes, and become a citizen as part of that, Or would it be better to have him pick tomatoes and never really be a productive citizen? The economy will be better when that kid is able to fully realize his potential and break the pattern of his parents' illegal activity. So it's
okay,
not
but
just
you
social,
come up with that
it's
one
economic.
anecdote, and I'm going to come up with 1 million Mexicans living in Mexico thinking if we can just run across the border and get our kid to do well in school, we'll get citizenship. That is a bad incentive.
And which goes to the point that I have made repeatedly, that we've got to seal the border. Nothing else matters until that. But the fact is we didn't seal the border. The fact is a person you and I both admire, Ronald Reagan, gave amnesty, blanket amnesty.
Mistake.
It was a big mistake. All right, let's talk about...
And that led to much more illegal immigration until the border is sealed with a 200-foot wall surrounded by a moat full of crocodiles. Then I will talk about giving citizenship to the children of illegal aliens.
My problem is sometimes you have characterized me as a liberal. I want to also bring up that
Christian liberal.
Christian liberal.
Which makes it quite different.
Not really.
And the point is, yes, it does.
No.
The point is, okay, but at least admit to me that I am right, that all of these phony Christians advising President Obama are total fake phony frauds.
I'm never going to judge somebody's faith. They may be genuine Christians, but they may be misguided in how they apply their Christianity to government. But here's what I do believe.
No,
if I give money,
you another one.
Let me finish. If I give money out of my pocket, that's charity.
Correct.
If I take money out of your pocket, that's thievery.
Correct.
I totally get that.
Yes.
And that's been
well, those are the liberal
along.
Christians. And I'll throw in one allegedly on our side, this Richard Land, big Baptist minister. He was quoted in the New York Times saying he is all for, you know, a path to citizenship for illegal aliens, which, by the way, we have. It's called legal immigration. Saying that he takes that from the Bible, saying you should treat the stranger as yourself. Well, on that theory, he doesn't believe in marriage. Welcome to Richard Land's house. Have sex with his wife because you should treat a stranger as yourself. I mean, that's absurd to take that provision from the Bible and say we need open borders or amnesty for people who have broken the law to come here.
Let me ask you, you've talked about, and I do appreciate that you're pro-life because you've been consistent on that, except for one thing. During the campaign, you called me a liberal, yet you supported Mitt Romney, whose health care bill is the blueprint of Obamacare and provides for abortions for $50. So is that conservative?
Well, technically, I supported Duncan Hunter until it basically came down to McCain.
And I'm such a liberal, Duncan Hunter supported me after he dropped out of the race.
I told you, appeals to authority do not impress me.
All right, Ann.
I will make up my own mind.
You know what? You can call me a liberal all you want to, but in my heart, I know that you will find, well, thank you at least for getting it half right.
That was Romney versus... Okay, it was you because it was the last three. It was McCain, Romney, you. Romney was liberal in the Soviet Union. I don't want to bother defending Romney now because my candidate in 2012 is Chris Christie, and he is pro-life.
Yes, he is pro-life and a great guy. But I'm sure before it's over, you'll call him a liberal Christian or something else, too. Ann, I'll never satisfy you. But I give up. I give up on it. Ann, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's always fun battering and having a little fun with you.